Chapter 3 The Candy Cone. "Don't forget the flowers," my mother shouted after me as I ran out of the house on my first day of school. With my school bag on my back, I went into the front garden and picked red roses and white and yellow chrysanthemums. I made a lovely bouquet, which I was supposed to give to my teacher, Comrade Cireș. Here I was getting ready to start school on September 15, 1958. I was 7.5 years old, small and dark, with long brown hair braided in two tails. I wore my school uniform, a blue pinafore dress with a white apron, and I had a yellow number 803 attached to my sleeve. I couldn't enter the school without this number, and I was supposed to wear it wherever I went. The school was a brick building with communist flags in the front and a big slogan that read, "Trăiască Partidul Comunist Român," which meant "Long live the Romanian Communist Party." This was General School number 23, Târgușor Copou. I joined the hundreds of children in the playground. Soon the bell rang, and all the children were led to their classrooms. I entered the classroom with wooden floors and 3 rows of benches ready to accommodate the 39 children. "What is your name?" the teacher asked me as he took my flowers. He was a big and tall with small dark eyes and a pink round face. "Sfatcu Genovieva," I replied. "I will take you to your seat," he said, and led me straight to the far left corner in the back of the classroom. "This is Rudy Popolov, your benchmate. You'll sit here with your hands to the back, except for when you read or write. You're not allowed to speak with each other." I never said a word to Rudy, that Jewish boy. Neither did he ever speak to me. There were empty benches around us to keep us isolated from the rest of the class. Why? Because we came from families who worship the God of Israel and honored His word. Children from Christian families all over the country were treated the same way. For the next 4 years, hardly anybody spoke to me or played with me. In the next month, I learned to read and write very well. My notebooks were put in the school exhibition as an example of beautiful handwriting. However, instead of putting my name under them, the teachers put the name of Patrașcu Octavian, a child from a communist family. When I saw that, I was very upset. My father comforted me. "When you grow up, whose writing will be beautiful? Yours. Nobody will be able to take your handwriting from you." I was a good student, but that didn't make any difference to Comrade Cireș. He was a communist and hated Jews and Christians. During the breaks, while the children were outside playing, several times he came to me and beat me with his fists, pulling my hair and my ears in his fury without telling me why. Once, Comrade Cireș came to me at the back of the classroom. "Stand up and put out your right hand," he ordered. Then he hit my palm with a long wooden ruler, again and again. I cried, but nobody came to my rescue. He did the same to Rudy. "The left palm now," he shouted. I handed my other palm to be beaten. My hands became so swollen that I could hardly write. After one of these beatings, my father turned up unexpectedly at school and saw my red, swollen hands. His eyes clashed for a long time with Comrade Chiresh's eyes. On the way home, holding me tenderly by the hand, my father said, "This man killed many Jews in Hitler's time, and he was never punished." "I don't like him," I said. "I know, but Jesus told us to love our enemies and pray for them. And don't forget, Jesus will reward you one day for this, because he said, 'Blessed are those who are persecuted.'" He kissed my hands many times, and he was so kind to me that soon I forgot all my troubles, at least till the next day.
Domnul Iisus, învățătorul sfânt, așa ne-a spus și scrise în cuvânt. Lumina lumii, sunteți voi copii, lumina nu-i bună deloc, pusă sub un oboroc. Domnul Iisus, învățătorul sfânt, așa ne-a spus și scrise în cuvânt. Voi sunteți sarea în lumea aceasta, când gustul s-a pierdut, e bună de nearuncat. Domnul Iisus, învățătorul sfânt, așa ne-a spus și scrise în cuvânt. Voi martori să fiți, la lume să spuneți, că eu sunt calea la cer. Sunt viață și adevăr, adevărul și viața, calea, adevărul și viața.
And so I entered my first year of school. When I was in the second grade, we had student teachers, 2 girls and a young man. They saw at the back of our class for the whole term. They took pity on me, seeing how isolated and punished I was. At the end of the term, they secretly brought a bag of candies to school. During the break, they approached me at the back of the classroom where I was sitting with my hands to my back. They each bent over me and gave me a hug. Then they put a large, brown, shiny paper cone full of candies next to my school bag, under the bench. I thought nobody saw them. "Hide it," and they said, "It is for you." I felt my face blush with excitement, and I beamed at them. I smelled the milk candies and could not wait to taste one. When the bell rang, I put my school bag on my back and went out as fast as I could, holding the candy cone tight under my right arm. I was out of the gate, passing through the school grounds, and I hurried my steps. When I thought I was safe, I held my cone of candies in front of me, so I could decide which one of them to eat first. But then I heard steps behind me and voices shouting, "Stop, Sfatcu, stop, stinking Jew!" It was Lucian Dumitrescu and Raul Vulcarescu, the sons of high communist officials. They caught me by my back and fought for the candies. "No," I screamed, holding the cone with all my strength. They twisted my arm and the cone fell to the ground, candies rolling everywhere. They quickly gathered up the candies, put them back in the cone, and ran back to school, where they handed the cone to Comrade Chiresh. With a smile of satisfaction on his face and his arms folded. He had watched from the schoolyard as his orders were carried out. I cried all the way home. When I arrived home, my mother was making pancakes. My brothers and sisters were playing in the garden. My father told me, in all things God works for the good of those who love him. Romans 8:28. One day you'll see God will bring a blessing out of this sad story. But all I could think of was that my candy cone had been taken from me by force. What blessings could result from that?